Yo-Yo Trades by Easel here. It's just time for our weekly review. Today was a successful 5-minute orb trade, but I fumbled it. I'm going to start here and say, I'm very happy that I was able to end this week green. I'm very blessed, and I want to make sure that I don't count myself short for it. A $243 week, is not much, but you know what? It's moving in the right direction. I'm going to tell you that this $243 should be realistically around 1,500 to 2,000. I fumbled this week pretty bad. Each day here, Monday through Friday, my setup, my edge were successful trades. Wednesday, I didn't take it because of bias, and I paid the price. Thursday, one of my bad habits in trading is I want to trade Asia, and I had a couple of days good trading Asia, and I felt that it's time to move to the funded accounts, and I was about $200 down. Went into New York Open. I did take a trade. We caught the flush in the afternoon. I was able to recover my loss, but again, this was a successful trade, and yet I ended at $44.44. Today, today, because of news dropping at 10, I hesitated. I did not trust the process, and price hit target without me. So I switched to the 15-minute orb, which I normally don't trade, but everything was looking bullish. I decided to take the 15-minute orb, and I bought the top. Price came down and just nuked us for full loss. I'm not happy with this week because in reality, when I know every single day was a success and I managed to pull 3 out of 2, um, it's just over managing and not trusting the process. See, the 5-minute orb strategy isn't based on is there news, it isn't based on your bias. It's very cut and dry and simple. You to mark the high and the low of the first 5 minutes, you get displacement out, it produces a fair value gap, and you enter. I'm going to grade myself this week. I'm going to give myself a C because it's green by $243. But in reality, execution, trade management, everything involved, it was a D. I told you I'll be hard on myself, and that's the reality. This was a D week. I do want to point out that I copy trade, and yesterday I did notice something wasn't right, but I couldn't figure it out, and because of this loss in Asia, I just couldn't figure it out. This morning I did figure out what I was seeing wrong. So on this recovery yesterday, everything was great. I was happy as a clam, and then today when I checked my main account, I noticed this. I don't know what happened here. And honestly, I'm not going to put the energy to try to figure out what happened here. I know Sunday open, I'm going to make sure that I take the copy trader off, which I already took it off today, but I will reset everything. But I'm not going to spend energy because this day was my own fault. It was me trading Asia and I had no business being there. I just wanted to point out to you guys today, how important it is just following your edge, following your trade plan. Whatever you trade, whatever you do, don't do what I did here. Because I didn't want to take this setup here this morning. I had 2 opportunities this morning, and not only did I fade this one right here, which I did end up taking, not this one, but I did take this second one here. Because this closure outside the range, I didn't see it because I wasn't zoomed in enough, but I did take this one. And I did move my stop to break even incredibly quick because after I noticed I took the wrong one, I just figured that it wasn't going to work. And instead of just accepting my loss on that trade, which my stop would have been right here, which would have been very acceptable, I put myself to break even, and you can see we smashed target. So, oh man, what a fumble. Next week will be different. Regardless, win, lose, or break even, I am going to make dang sure that when I see my edge and I see my setup, I'm going to take it. And I will have my stop below the third candle of the three candle formation on the fair value gap. And I will accept it regardless one way or another. And I will put my bias aside. And that is what I'm focusing on next week. I don't care what the P&L says next week. Every single day next week that I trade is going to be the entry, the stop, and the target. I'll see you guys next week.